and no new stock has been added nor it has been removed at this point of time. But yes, pre-open rates, that is suggesting a positive start for our own markets. We'll discuss more of that in a bit. But on that note, let's quickly get on board with our technical expert of the show. Joining me is Nilesh Jain, Head AVP Derivative and Technical Research of Centrum Broking. Nilesh, good morning. Nifty has been up for the fifth straight day. Can we expect 25,000 soon, or how does the chart indicate for the upcoming sessions?
Good morning, Lavisha. Well, absolutely. In fact, in last four consecutive session, we have seen a higher close, so that's a positive development. Not only that, Nifty also yesterday surpassed its immediate resistance of 100-day moving average that was placed somewhere around 24,800 level that has already been taken off decisively. Now, the immediate hurdle on the chart looks like at 24,950, 25,000 zone. So that's the next resistance zone for the Nifty. A decisive breakout about 25,000 will definitely open the gates for 25,200, 25,400 on the back of short covering. And that seems likely because the overall undertone has turned slightly on a positive side on momentum indicators and oscillators front. We have seen a buy crossover on MACD as well as RSI has crossed 50 mark as well. So given this kind of positive setup, there could be possibility of a gradual up move from here. But still, I would rather wait for a breakout about 25,000 to take any sort of aggressive long position. But from intraday point of view, the bias is on a positive side. The buy and decline should be the approach as long as Nifty holds 24,800 levels on the lower side. Now, coming to Bank Nifty, that is a major cause of concern. It has not been participating and not playing any sort of a catch-up role as of now, and that's a bit of worry. We need a strong participation for from the Bank Nifty, and that will provide more comfort, and the conviction will be higher if Nifty breaks about 25,000. So looking at the overall setup, the consolidation seems likely to be continuing in the Bank Nifty in the zone of 54,000 to 54,500 on immediate basis, and whichever side it will break, we can expect another follow-up move in that particular direction. So ideally, the strategy should be to focus on sectors and stocks because a lot of action can be seen on sectorial front, Nifty, IT, auto, metal. So these are the sectors where we are witnessing a good momentum. So focus should be on the sectorial front, and on index, as mentioned, a breakout will provide more comfort, and then probably we might think about taking any sort of long position in the index.
All right, Bank Nifty participation crucial for the Nifty's up move as well. But yes, IT index that did well yesterday on the back of Infosys buyback news. Nilesh, what can we expect from the IT index? Can we expect it to sustain gains in today's trading session, and any particular stocks that you're watching out from the IT pack as well?
Well, Avisha, see, Nifty IT index has been extremely volatile. We have seen some bit of uptick yesterday. I'll first talk about the positive. The index is trading at multi-month lowest level. So from a risk and reward perspective, it has found a very strong support at 34,300 level. So that is acting as a very strong support, and keeping a stop loss below the same, a long position can be initiated. Yesterday we did see some positive development. The Nifty IT index crossed its short-term 21 DMA. Looks like it is heading towards 36,000 level. So structure-wise, the Nifty IT index is poised for another follow-up move on the upside, and within this space, stocks like Tech Mahindra, Wipro, and also Infosys. Yesterday we have seen a strong move yesterday on the back of buyback news. So we may see a follow-up move in all large cap IT names. Not only that, within mid cap space, stocks like Coforge, Persistent System are the couple of stocks that are also looking positive.
Okay, those are the stocks that we need to keep under radar as well. But yes, let's also talk about metal space. Multiple triggers that has been keeping the metal stocks under investors' radar. We have the Fed rate cut, which will be, as soon as next week itself, and that is what is keeping the metal stocks momentum in high end as well. But yes, Nilesh, from metal perspective, what are you watching out for, and how does the space look like for you?
We are pretty bullish in this particular space as well. So metal index itself has given a good breakout recently, and we are currently witnessing a follow-up move on the upside. So within this space, aluminum space specifically, that particular space is looking positive to me. Hindalco, Nalco, both the stocks are looking strong on the chart. Hindalco, we are bullish for 760, 770 levels on the upside, keeping a stop loss below 720. Buy and decline should be the approach in Hindalco. And coming to Nalco, we have seen some bit of profit taking after a strong move in the previous week. So this profit taking, in fact, giving a good opportunity to buy in the range of 204 to 205. That could be a good entry point, keeping a stop loss below 197, and on the upside we can expect a gradual up move once again towards 216 to 220. Now coming to other metal names like Tata Steel, after a long time we have seen this particular stock has given a good breakout on this chart. So looks positive for a follow-up move to continue towards 175 to 180 from a near-term perspective, keeping a stop loss below 165. So buy and decline should be the strategy in Tata Steel as well.
Okay, those are the stocks that we need to watch out from the metal space as well. Let's also touch base on Nifty Auto Index, because yesterday was the day of profit booking, halting its 4-day consecutive days of rally for the Nifty Auto Index. We did see some laggards coming in from there, Bajaj Auto, Hero MotoCorp, all of them seeing underselling pressure as well. But Nilesh, anything that you're watching out from the auto space, given that it has been building gains on the back of the GST rationalization measure?
Well, Avish, absolutely. So, as mentioned, we are also bullish on Nifty auto space as well. It is on the verge of a multi-year breakout. In fact, a one-year consolidation, if you see on the chart, last year in the month of September, this particular index made a high of 27,696. And since then, we have seen a long consolidation of a 1 year. Now, once again, it is making an attempt. It is likely to cross the high of that particular level of 27,696 going forward, and that's what we are expecting. So Nifty Auto looks strong on the chart, although we have seen some bit of pause yesterday after a strong momentum that we have seen. But I think if at all you see any sort of profit taking, use that dip to buy and buy quality names within two-wheeler space. We are very much bullish on TVS Motor, Bajaj Auto, and also Hero MotoCorp as well. In fact, Bajaj and Hero has been a little bit underperformer, but looking at the overall setup, we expect this momentum to continue, and also Eicher Motor as well, which is trading at all-time high. Now coming to four-wheeler space, Maruti, Mahindra and Mahindra continues to remain our preferred bet as well, and both the stocks are looking strong on the chart.
Okay, all right. Let's take one stock in focus. There's a block deal that came in for the counter. That is your Kotak Mahindra Bank. Around 3.2 crore shares have been exchanged on the black in a large deal as well in the pre-open block deal window as well. Now the shares that have changed hands, it is at an average price of about 1,941 rupees per share as well, taking the total transaction to about 6,000 crore rupees itself as well. Of course, the buyers and sellers of the transaction are not known as well, but the sources and reports have been suggesting that Japan's Sumitomo was expected to sell an entire stake in the company via the block deal as well. But yes, Kotak Mahindra Bank, that the stock has been quite range bound in the past 1 month as well. Nilesh, what can we watch out in today's trading session? Of course, there's a large block deal that has taken place today. But from a near-term perspective, how would you view the stock?
Looks like stock is reacting on a positive side after that block deal. Now coming to technicals, as you rightly pointed out, we are witnessing some bit of range-bound activity in this particular counter. But if you pull up last 2 month chart, you can clearly see the stock has formed a good base formation at 1930 level. So 1930 is acting as a very strong support, and from a risk and reward perspective, looks very attractive at current level, and long position can be initiated. We can expect a pullback move to continue towards 2020 to 2050 on the upside. 2050 is acting as a major resistance, and a breakout over that will be considered as a short-term bottom for this counter. So for that, one should wait for that breakout above 2050. But at present, a long position can be initiated, keeping a stop loss below 1930. It's a buy.
Okay, all right. Let's also talk about another stock in focus, that is your Samvardhana Motherson. The company has completed the acquisition of the remaining 25% stake in the two of its Turkish subsidiaries, and the deal has been executed by Motherson SAS Turkey, the company's wholly owned indirect subsidiary as well. Recently, the stock did see some good moves on the back of its ambitious 5-year plans. Nilesh, what can we expect for Samvardhana Motherson?
Structure-wise, we have seen some bit of consolidation in this particular counter as well, but it is on the verge of a breakout. A break above 100 level will be a good buy for this particular counter. It looks like it has taken out that important level after today's opening. So looks strong on the chart. Can be bought for 105 target, keeping a stop loss below 98. So risk and reward is also looking positive. It has crossed all short-term and long-term moving averages today. So it's a buy for 103 and 105 target. Stop loss should be at 98.
Okay, stop loss would be at 98. That is the something that we need to watch out for. But yes, first rates coming on your screen. We are off to a very positive start and a very solid note. That is where the Nifty has opened above that 24,950 mark as well. We've reclaimed those levels. We are on track for 25,000 itself. But yes, 0.4% gain coming in for the Nifty as well. We've trimmed some. We're trying to trim some of its the open gains, but yes, still up by about 98 points itself for the Nifty as well. Sensex also doing well, nearly 300 points uptick coming in for there as well. 0.3% gain coming in for Sensex. Bank Nifty is also off to a positive start, 0.3% gain coming in there too. And largely, if you look at the market breadth, that is indicating a very positive start for the markets as well. India Wix is further cooling off. 0.7% downtick coming in for the counter. And of course, if you look at the majority of the sectoral indices have been doing quite well. Nifty IT index once again holding well in today's trading session. 1% uptick coming in for Nifty IT index. Broader end of the markets, if you look at the mid cap and small caps also, they've been holding well in this market as well. Mid caps up about nearly 1% itself. Small caps also nearly by up about 1% itself. Both of the small cap and mid cap indices have been outperforming the markets at this point of time. Let's take a look at some of the sectoral indices. All of the sectoral indices have opened in the green. So that's a very positive sign for the markets, given that we were hoping for a positive start. The global cues had remained quite positive. US markets had ended the day largely on a record high. Asia Pacific markets were on a higher start as well. And of course, we did see some good comments coming in from President Donald Trump as well, where both the sides are expected to come close to an agreement when it comes to the tariff deals, and that is what has sparked the optimism in the markets as well. But yes, Nifty IT index once again holding strong, nearly 1% gains coming in for there. Nifty Realty also moving higher with 1% gains. If you look at the other sectoral indices, be it your FMCG or metals, all of them nearly 0.5% to nearly 1% gains coming in for there as well. So yes, we are off to a positive start, and that is what has been indicating of the markets as well. But yes, let's take a look at some of the top gainers and losers on the Nifty 50. Kotak Mahindra Bank reacting well to its block deal news, 1% gains coming in on the Nifty 50. L&T also doing well, 1.2% gains coming in there as well. Dr. Reddy's Lab extending its gain to second consecutive day with about nearly 1% gain. Geo Financial doing well, 1% gains coming in there too. TCS and Cipla, some of the other gainers on the Nifty 50 as well. However, on the losing end, Maruti Suzuki with about nearly a percent, flat to negative start for Maruti Suzuki. Hero MotoCorp also seeing some bit of a profit booking once again in today's trading session. So yes, auto stocks continue to remain on the sidelines on the back of some profit booking, which would be expected after given that majority of the auto stocks did see cheer on the back of the GST measures as well. But yes, one stock in focus, let's talk about that as well. That is your Thermax. The company did infuse about 115 crore rupees in the arm. First Energy to support investment. The stock has been building quite good gains today, 5% gains coming in for the counter. Nilesh, what can we expect the near-term momentum to be for the counter?
Well, today we have seen a good spurt in this particular counter and also the stock has broken out from its 1 month consolidation. So a follow-up move seems likely towards 3600 on the upside. So if somebody has already bought it, then stay put is the advice, keeping a stop loss below 3370. Fresh long should be avoided because we have already seen a spurt close to 5% today. So the risk and reward is not looking favorable at present level. But if at all you see any dip towards 3400, that can be used as a buying opportunity, keeping a stop loss below 3370, and 3600 kind of levels can be seen on the upside.
Okay, let's take another stock in focus where we did see a good brokerage that is your Indus Towers. 1% gains coming in for the counter, where Kotak Securities have upgraded the stock to a buy at this point of time, and they've given out target price of about 400 rupees as well. So yes, Indus Towers doing well on back of that. If you look at today, 1% gains coming in there for the counter as well. But yes, Nilesh, how does the near term look like? Today the stock is trying to build good gains from the September lows, up about 8% itself.
Well, Lavisha, if you just pull up last 1.5 year chart, you can clearly see the stock has formed multiple bottoms at 310. So 310 has acted as a very strong support recently once again. And we are witnessing a strong rebound from the lower level. So again, we can expect a pullback move to continue towards 370 to 400 levels on the upside. So near-term target could be somewhere around 390, 400. Short-term target could be somewhere around 370. So it's a buy keeping a stop loss below 335, and ideal buying range should be in the zone of 340 to 345.
Okay, 340 to 345. That is what we need to watch out for Indus Towers as well. Let's take some of the viewer queries that is dropping on our live feed. The first query coming in from Debu K. He's been asking the views on SBI and Bank of Baroda for an investment. How would you suggest the charts look like for both of these counters, Nilesh? Because given that you have been indicating that Bank Nifty has been lacking some participation in the past couple of sessions.
From an investment perspective, it is advisable to pick quality stocks within the banking space. So, as rightly pointed out, State Bank of India, it's a good bet to be in your portfolio. And these are the good levels as well, because we have already seen an underperformance in the Bank Nifty. And from here, the risk and reward is looking attractive. So, SBI is a buy. Within PSU banks, we continue to remain bullish on this particular counter, and position target comes somewhere around 900 plus. So that's the 6 month plus kind of time frame which somebody is looking for. Then 900 to 950 kind of levels can be seen, and 780 should be your stop loss, because that's the very strong support for this particular counter. Now coming to Bank of Baroda, it has a very strong support somewhere around 225. So 225 first of all should be the stop loss, and Bank of Baroda is also a buy from a positional perspective. It can move towards 280, 300 from a short-term perspective. 240, 245, 250 in fact can be seen from a short-term perspective.
Okay, all right. Those are the levels that we need to watch out for the counter as well. Let's take another viewer query. Raj has been asking the view on Paytm from a short-term perspective. Of course, the stock has been on a secular uptrend from so far this year itself. But Nilesh, past 1 month has been also quite good for Paytm. 8% uptick coming in for the counter.
Absolutely. So this has been the 7th consecutive months of gain if you see on the monthly time frame chart. So quite possible that we may see some bit of profit taking, because the MACD has given a sell crossover. So the momentum seems to be exhausted. There could be possibility of this profit taking to continue further, but it's not a sell. In fact, if you see the levels of 1150, 1170, that can be a good entry point. So it's a buy and decline kind of structure, but wait for a right entry. 1150 could be a good entry point. Keeping a stop loss below 1100, it's a positional buy for 1300 to 1350.
Okay, all right. Let's take another viewer query then. We have Nana Prakasham, who's been asking the view on TBO Tech on how the counter looks like from a near-term perspective. Of course, the stock has been building good gains from August lows, up about 25% itself. And, brokerages have also been quite bullish on the counter after its US acquisition. But Nilesh, from a near-term perspective, can we expect more gains to get built in for the counter?
Right. So we have seen some positive development last week, where we have seen a big breakaway gap in this particular counter, and that breakout was seen at 1500 level. So first of all, for any long position, one should keep a stop loss below 1500, and gradual up move towards 1800 kind of levels can be seen in the near term. So that's a positional target. But ideally, if you see the pattern, the stock has been extremely volatile. So keep an eye on that volatility as well. Considering the same, 1500 should be your stick stop loss, and ideal buying range should be somewhere around 1550 to 1580. 1725 and 1800 are the levels can be seen in the near term.
Okay, 1700 levels that can be watched out for TBO Tech as well. Let's take another viewer query on that note. We have Komal Makhija, who's been asking the view on HDFC Bank for a fresh entry for a long-term perspective. We did discuss about SBI and Bank of Baroda and Nilesh earlier, but HDFC Bank, what's the next level that you can watch out for? The stock has been fairly range-bound in the past couple of sessions.
Right. So in fact, majority of the private sector bank are going through some bit of time-wise correction as well as price-wise correction, and that's the reason the Bank Nifty is not able to participate and perform. So overall, HDFC Bank from a positional perspective, it's a good bet to be in your portfolio. But ideal strategy to buy this particular counter should be in a staggered manner, because there could be possibility of some bit of gradual up downtick going forward. So buy in multiple tranches, it's definitely a positional buy. 920 should be your stop loss, and a gradual up move towards 1050, 1100 kind of levels can be seen in a 1 year time frame kind of time horizon.
Okay, all right. Those are the levels we need to watch out for HDFC Bank as well. Let's take another viewer query. We have Alex who's been asking the view on Bharat Forge from a medium to long term perspective. Nilesh, what is the view on the counter? Because the stock has seen relative underperformance given the tariff news has played out. But in the recent couple of sessions, the stock is seeing a good breakout. What would you anticipate the near term holds?
Right, Lavisha, it has in fact given a good breakout today. It has crossed its long-term 200 exponential moving average, and also it is trading well above its 50-day moving average as well. So some bit of positive development can be seen from a short-term perspective, and 1320, 1380 kind of levels can be seen in the near term. But a major breakout will come only if this particular counter takes out 1380 levels on the upside. So there's a kind of a double top pattern can be seen in this stock, and post that breakout probably we can see a move towards 1500 plus as well, but for that one need to wait for some more time. But at present level it can be bought keeping a stop loss below 1160, and a short term target could be somewhere around 1360 to 1380.
Okay, 1380. That is what we need to watch out for Bharat Forge as well. Let's take another viewer query. We have NextGen who's been asking the view on Kalyan Jewellers on how the counter looks like. Of course, the stock has been an underperformer so far this year, 25% downtick coming in for the counter itself. What can we expect the near-term holds, Nilesh? Can we expect further underperformance from Kalyan Jewellers?
Absolutely. So the stock is witnessing selling pressure at the high level. It is trading well below its all long-term and short-term moving averages as well. So structure-wise, looking slightly on a negative side, we may not see a major crack, but yes, gradual price-wise correction, time-wise correction is something that we can expect in this particular counter. So for 474.60 kind of levels can be tested going forward, and if it breaks above 550, then only it's a buy, otherwise it's an avoid.
Okay, otherwise it's an avoid for Kalyan Jewellers. Let's take another viewer query. He's been asking on Whirlpool India, what is the view on the short and medium term perspective? Majority of the consumer durable stocks did see some cheer on the back of the GST news itself, and Whirlpool India also did see a good breakout as well. Nilesh, what can we expect in the near term holds? Today the stock is down about 0.7%.
Right. In fact, this stock has not done that kind of, we haven't seen that kind of momentum in this particular counter. In fact, it is witnessing more sort of a consolidation. It is hovering near about its 50-day and 200-day moving average. And 1400 is an important level to watch out for on the upside. If it breaks 1400 barrier, then there could be possibility of a strong momentum towards 1500 to 1600. So from a short-term perspective, watch out for that particular level. And on the lower side, good part is that it has a very strong support at 1270. So ideally that should be your stop loss if you have already bought it. If somebody is looking to make a fresh investment, then I would suggest better wait for this counter to break 1400 level on the upside.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about certain textile stocks today, because they have been seeing good once again breakout given the underperformance on the back of tariff volatility has been on the back burner for all of these counters. Gokuldas Exports seeing about 8% gains, Wellspun Living still about nearly a 9% gains coming in for there as well. But yes, from a textile stocks perspective, Nilesh, what would your stance be? Is it a time to buy or still something to wait and watch out for?
Well, all these names that you have just pointed out within textile space, we have seen a lot of underperformance, and as of now, we are merely witnessing a pullback move. Although this pullback seems likely to extend further. So as far as GoKex is concerned, 850, 870 kind of levels can be seen on the upside on the back of momentum. Today we have seen a good price and volume breakout. So strong possibility of a follow-up move towards 850 to 870 in a very short-term time frame, and 770 should be your stop loss. Coming to Wellspun Living, here it's a similar setup to what we have seen in GoKex. So 119 should be the stop loss, and there could be possibility of a follow-up move towards 128 to 130 on the upside.
Okay, since we are talking about the export-oriented stocks, let's also touch base on some of the shrimp stocks which has been seeing good buying interest today. Apex Frozen Foods up about 15% in today's trading session. Avanti Feeds also doing well with about nearly 7 to 9% gains for the counter as well. How does the chart look like for both of these names, Nilesh, for you?
See, this space has gone through some bit of correction in the recent past, and now today, after a long consolidation with the negative bias, today we have seen a big gap up opening in this particular space. and that's certainly on the back of some news. So there could be possibilities that we may see a follow-up move on the upside to continue, but not looking promising to take any fresh entry at current price, because we have already seen a spurt of over 10% in both the stocks. In fact, this particular space as of now is an avoid, not looking attractive from a risk and reward perspective. So it's an avoid.
And avoid at this point of time. Let's take another viewer query on that note. We have Payal Kalra who's been asking the view on Wipro, on how does the counter look like. First, we did see some buying momentum emerging in the IT stocks yesterday itself, and today also Wipro has been doing well, nearly 2% gains coming in for the counter. But yes, from an individual perspective, what is your view, Nilesh, for Wipro?
Well, Avisha, if you pick any large cap IT from a risk and reward perspective, it is looking attractive as a positional buy, because we have already seen a decent correction across all large cap. In fact, mid cap and small cap ITs have also seen a sharp decline. Now, at present level, all these stocks are available at a corrected price. So looking attractive from a positional perspective. Even if you see Wipro, it has a very strong support at 240 levels, so that should be a stop loss. We can expect a move towards 265, 270 from a short to medium term perspective, and positional perspective, quite possible that it may revisit the levels of 300 as well. So that's a positional buy. These are the good levels to pick quality IT names.
Quality IT names. Let's also talk about another viewer query that is coming in from Nitin Shaji. He's been asking the view on Himadri Speciality, on how the counter looks like. The stock has seen a good breakout, and it is up about 4% in the past 1 month. However, the stock has been an underperformer so far this year. Nilesh, any views on the counter, Himadri Speciality?
Well, Lavisha, just correct me if I'm wrong. Are you talking about HSCL, which is currently trading at 465?
Yes, that's right.
Right. So this stock, in fact, has gone into some bit of consolidation, another, sideways kind of structure. No clear trend as of now, but good part is that it is trading at its multi-month lowest level. So from a risk and reward perspective, it has a very strong support at 440, 445. So ideally, that should be the stop loss for the long position, and we can expect a pullback move to continue towards 485 to 500.
Okay, all right. Just one last question before we let you go, Nilesh. Any picks that you want to highlight at this point of time? You've seen good momentum in the markets. This week also, throughout, we have seen good buying interest.
Absolutely. So, in fact, Nifty is also hovering near that crucial breakout zone at 25,000. So that needs to be watched out for. If at all we see any decisive breakout about 25,000, we may see a short covering rally to continue. So yes, a couple of buy recommendation from our side. First of all, Chennai Petro, this particular stock is looking positive for a follow move to continue towards 750, 770 levels on the upside. 705 should be the stop loss. Apart from that, if you see a couple of hospital names, in fact, Apollo Hospital specifically, this particular counter is looking positive for 8,000 plus kind of levels, 7700. In fact, 7700 should be the stop loss. Talking about IT names, we did mention about Coforge, that is looking attractive and looking strong on the chart as well, for a follow-up move to continue towards 1800 plus from a short-term perspective, and 1720 should be the stop loss.
Okay, those are the stocks that we need to watch out for. But with that, we have to let you go, Nilesh. Thank you so much for your time and connecting with us. All right, let's take a quick check of the markets. The bullish momentum continues in today's trading session, given that US President Donald Trump has indicated some thawing of relationship with India as well, and that is what has sparked the optimism in the markets as well. But yes, let's take a look at how the Nifty is standing at this point of time. 24,950, 987, that is where we are at. Sensex up about 300 points as well. Broader markets also reflecting the optimism. Both the bench